Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, welcome to our channel. Please consider subscribing to keep up with us. And if you are already a subscriber, we appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for your support. A couple weeks ago, I actually recorded a video where I was talking about all of my newborn favorites, or like my newborn must-haves and essentials. And the footage got deleted. I don't know how. Is that like a dry skin patch? I have so much dry skin even after the baby was born. But the footage got deleted. I have no idea how to get it back. So I'm gonna do this again. That video was a sit down. I may sit down and do this one. I don't know. As you guys can see, I am in my normal form of just mom face. Wake up, no makeup. I woke up like this. I'm gonna go through what some of my newborn essentials were, really like newborn to 3 months, because that's basically where we are at this point. So what we needed and what was like essential for Caleb, because every baby's different, but these are the things that I felt were what were essential to me to make my life easy, and that were really good for our baby boy. So really like newborn to 3 month essentials. So if you want to see what was great for us to use for newborn to 3 month, then keep watching this video. Now the first thing that I'm gonna say, because I just changed his diaper because he did a nice little poopy on me while I was teaching this morning, is Aquaphor. I used Aquaphor with Jayla. She had a really bad rash when she was a baby, and on her face, and Aquaphor was the only thing that cleared it up. We used it as diaper cream. We used it as all over his body. We use it on his face. At one point he had cradle cap. I put a little bit on his cradle cap, and that worked really well as well. So Aquaphor is a must-have in my household for babies, like 0 to 3 months. This is it, newborn to 3 months. And honestly, this is gonna be one of my essentials way past 3 months as well. Like this is it. We haven't had any diaper rashes. His face was kind of dry in the beginning. This cleared it right up. Even though the doctor told me not to put anything on it, it wasn't working what she told me to do, which will I'll tell you guys. But my other favorite is what I used to help us with that as well. But this Aquaphor was also one of those things that I used on his skin. I used it on his skin every day, and it does its job. It does what it's supposed to do. All right, so I had to make my way to the bathroom to show you guys some of my other favorites. So I personally like to use Dove products on my kids, especially at that newborn stage, because their skin is so sensitive and you don't want to get anything on it that's going to irritate it. So at the beginning I used just the regular Dove bar that looks like this, just the regular Dove bar, the sensitive one on him. When his face would break out, when it did break out with like these little bumps that were on his face, the doctor told me not to put anything on it, but it wasn't working. So mommy instinct was like, maybe his pores are clogged. So I would take that baby Dove, put it on his face, wipe it off, and put some Aquaphor over it, and it cleared up within like a week. I'll be right back. We're back. Say hi. It cleared up within a week, and I was like, this is the go. Baby Dove or Dove sensitive soap is it. Like, it works. You don't have to have Johnson & Johnson. Baby, that sensitive skin Dove soap is perfect. Then once he pretty much got like I got tired of using the bar, I went and found the Baby Dove, the actual pump, which is way easier during bath time. So this is what it looks like. And this is the sensitive skincare, and it's the fragrance-free moisture. I like to use fragrance-free soaps on him, especially when he was like 1 month, 2 months, and we were still having a couple skin issues. I was still using the fragrance-free and pretty much only the Aquaphor. But those are definitely some must-haves for me. Same thing I use with Jayla. I know that they work, and I have no issues out of them at all. He did develop cradle cap, and somehow his just rotated around his head. It was very odd, and he's sleepy right now. You sleepy? Are you sleepy? But his just went, and he has this little road because from going like this. I need to put a silk pillowcase in his bassinet. But he had cradle cap. It went from back here, and then it migrated, and then went to the front, and then the last spot was just the very front of his head. So what I used, and I actually got this tip from one of my cousins. She was telling me to get this shampoo. This is probably one of the best baby shampoos that I have used. It's the Mustela, I think that's how you say it, and it is for cradle cap. They sell this in Target. That is where I got this from. It is from Target. So I used this along with Jamaican black castor oil, and I would take the brush that we actually got from the hospital. So I didn't like buy a fancy brush, like cradle cap brush. I just used the brush that we got from the hospital. And what I would do is I would take the cradle cap shampoo, pump it in his hair, massage it in, take the brush, and I would go on his scalp, and I would just rotate it around like this to kind of break it up. And at one point, before I would even wash his hair, I would take a comb and go through his hair to pull up as much of the cradle cap as I could. And then I would wash it, and then I would rotate the brush in the shampoo in his hair, rinse it out. And then once he got out, I would put the black Jamaican castor oil on his hair. I would rub it into his scalp, and make sure, if you do this, make sure you rub it into their scalp very well, because if they were to sweat at night while they're sleeping, it could drain into their eyes. So I would rub it in as much as I could. I would just massage his little scalp, and then I would put a hat on his head to kind of keep all that moisture locked in. And his cradle cap went away within a few weeks. It didn't take long at all. So kudos to my cousin Renee for giving me that tip. I have a little drawer here, a drawer of fun things for bath time. This is not a favorite, but I do want to put this out there because I don't know if other children or if other parents have tried this on their babies, but I tried to use the Shea Moisture baby shampoo once the cradle cap went away. Bad idea. It burned his scalp. I had to stop using it. You see how much I was able to use. It would burn his scalp. Like literally every time I put it on him, he would just start crying. And he was like moving like he was in pain. So I just went back to this bad boy, and he does perfectly fine with it. I would like to find another shampoo that is a lot more moisturizing, because his hair is all over the place right now. Like it's everywhere. So if you have any tips, if you have any shampoos that you use that are very moisturizing for your baby's hair, that are for sensitive skin, because I don't want him to break out, I don't want it to burn his head. I thought the Shea Moisture would be great, but it just didn't do it for us. So maybe, I don't know what it is, but if you know of a shampoo that is very moisturizing for a baby's hair, please put me on. The other thing that was really a must-have for us for 0 to 3 months was the DockATot. Now the DockATot can be on the pricier side. However, I am very grateful that I spent the money, because that's basically what he sleeps in. When we first came home from the hospital, that is what he slept in, and I'll like post a picture of a DockATot on here. The DockATot was what he would sleep in my bed with me, in his DockATot when we first got home from the hospital, because I was having all those complications and I couldn't really move as much as I wanted to. So he was right next to me, but he was in his own little space, which was great. And now he is in his bassinet with the DockATot. Now he is actually getting too long for the DockATot, so he has slept in his bassinet without it, but I have noticed that nights that he's in it, he slept way better. So I'm probably going to start transitioning him out of the DockATot and let him just sleep in the bassinet, because pretty soon he's gonna be in a crib and we're gonna be sleep training, which he's not a bad sleeper, but homeboy gonna have to get out of my room. You can hear Caleb's toy in the background. I never turned it off from when I got him from his little PlayStation. His little PlayStation. His little PlayStation. Alright, so I think I've talked about this before in one of our videos. I think it was the haul video about these sleepers. These sleepers are my favorite. Now that it is cold, guys, it is like 30 degrees at night in South Carolina. It's cold. He's in his sleepers now because it's way too cold for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So the sleepers that I recommend for 0 to 3 months are these sleepers from Target. These sleepers are amazing, y'all. They're soft. These are the Cloud Island brand. These are my favorites. This is the one. You are being so rude. Is that better? Is that better? So this is the one he actually slept in last night. I haven't put in the laundry yet. But this is the one he actually slept in last night. Cloud Island, y'all. The Target Cloud Island sleepers. They're soft. They wash amazing. They fit amazing. They're easy to use. They're easy to get on. They're easy to get off. And you know, if you're gonna go with a sleeper, make sure you go with a sleeper that zips from the bottom up. The button sleepers, don't do it. Sleepers that zip from the top, don't do it. Get the sleepers that zip from the bottom. There's so many different brands, so even if you don't like the Cloud Island brand from Target, there are still so many types of sleepers that you can get from anywhere, honestly, that have the zippers that go from the bottom to the top and that are soft as well. But just for us and for him, I found that the Cloud Island ones from Target work the best. I'm gonna get him to take a nap so I can finish this stuff off. All right, so we got little Nugget to sleep. So I'm on my way to go wash some bottles, which leads me to my next essential, which are the Comotomo bottles. They are specifically for moms that are breastfeeding and also want to bottle feed. I recommend these. Honestly, these are the best bottles that I use. These are honestly the best bottles for moms that are going between breast and bottle. I used these when I was breastfeeding, but I also was formula feeding at the same time. He had absolutely no nipple confusion. I would recommend that you start early just so your baby isn't like, I don't want this bottle, what are you doing? But I recommend that you do start them on the bottle, I guess like maybe the 2-week frame that they tell you to. We personally didn't wait 2 weeks. I think he had his first bottle when he was like maybe 2 or 3 days old in the hospital. And then I switched him over to these because you know they give you like those Similac bottles in the hospital, or at least the hospital here does. They give you like those little Similac bottles that already are prepared. And then I switched him over to these, and you guys, I cannot recommend these enough. The only thing is they only go up to 8 ounces. So if I need to give him more than that, I'm gonna have to switch his bottles, unless somebody knows of a Comotomo bottle that goes up to 10 ounces if he needed that much. And the way he's eating at this point, he probably will. So if you know of a bottle, a Comotomo bottle that goes up to that, please let me know. But other than that, I'm probably gonna have to switch his bottle. Okay, so next thing, since I'm in the kitchen, bottle cleaners, bottle brush. Now, you're going to be washing a lot of bottles. You want a brush that is going to do its job and it's going to do it the right way. I personally prefer the Dr. Brown's brushes. I order them off of Amazon. You get a pack of 3 for, I don't remember how much, but the Dr. Brown bottle brushes. This may seem like so stupid because I don't know, some people are probably like, what do you mean, like it really doesn't matter. I bought one from Walmart the other week, and it was hard and it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. So this bad boy is extremely soft. It gets into the bottle, it gets into the corners, it gets into the nipples of my bottles, it cleans my pacifiers very well. I cannot recommend these Dr. Brown bottle brushes enough. Like I said, I went to Walmart and got some, and they were just so hard. You can buy these off of Amazon, a pack of 3. I think I'll insert how much I pay for them in here somewhere. Honestly, I would just go ahead and get these because these are so soft. You guys, this towel is huge. It's soft. It literally is the best bath towel for a baby I have ever used. I'm right here in the dryer, so I'm going to pull out another one. This one is from TJ Maxx or Walmart. I don't know where it's from. I bought these when I was pregnant. Look at this. You see that? They don't absorb anything at all. They're awful. This, however, is amazing. These are from Amazon. They're like called bamboo baby bath towels or something. Again, I don't think I mentioned this before, but I'm going to try to tag everything down below so you guys can find this stuff. These towels, they also make washcloths. I just purchased the washcloths. So at first, initially, I only ordered one of these. Tired of bending down like this. initially I only ordered one of these, and when I used it I was like, oh, I gotta go get some more of these. Like, I have to go get some more of these. So I ordered another one. The thing that happened is, though, it will trick you because it says that it's like, it's a picture of like 2 or 3 towels, but they only ship you one. And for a bath towel, I think it was like $12 or $13 for one, and I was like, what the freak? But y'all, this is the best bath towel I have ever used, and I am willing to spend it because of how good it is. It washes very well. I love that. It doesn't get that static cling thing that's going on. It absorbs the water off of him. It's warm, it's huge, so I'm going to be able to use it for a long time. After I ordered one, I ordered another one, and then this past few weeks I'm just so sick of those other towels that I went ahead and just purchased like 3 or 4 more. And I went ahead and purchased the washcloths as well. So the pacifiers that we used when Caleb first was in the hospital, these did not work for him because they were too big for his mouth. So we actually used the green ones. What are they called? I can't remember what they're called. They're the green ones that you can get from the hospital. And our hospital actually didn't give us any pacifiers, which I was surprised about, because when I had Jayla, they like were pushing to give her a pacifier, and I was like, no. But these Bibs pacifiers, you can get them from Amazon, you can get them from Target. They are rubber and they're very stylish, but these are our favorites right now. They fit in his mouth very well. He isn't like he doesn't suck on the pacifier all day. He usually will just use it when he's falling asleep, and he just spits it right back out, which I think Jayla pretty much did the same thing. So hopefully he will follow in his big sister's footsteps, and he will just one day just say whatever with the pacifier. But these are the ones that we use. Sometimes I try not to give them to him even to go to sleep, just because I don't want him to think that he has to have this to go to sleep. But these are really good. Once he got to about 2.5 months, they were able, well, I tried them again because at first they didn't fit in his mouth, but once he hit about 2.5 months, I gave him these, and these worked way better than the green ones. I can't remember what they're called. Some other essentials for that newborn stage: gripe water and Malicon drops for the gassies and the hiccups. So now I think these Como-Toma bottles are really good when it comes to making sure they don't get any gas because he really doesn't have an issue with gas too much. But at first he did, and I think it was because he was trying to like get used to, I guess, using a bottle and like just being out here in the outside world, and it's just so much. And sometimes he would cry really hard and suck in a lot of gas, and he would have a lot of gas. So I would use gripe water. This is the nighttime one. Gripe water will also get rid of his hiccups, or baby's hiccups if they have hiccups. And Malicon drops were also essential. I recommend this for any newborn to 3-month stage. You're just gonna need it. You can use the Malicon drops, I believe, from like day 1. Gripe water you can't use until they're at least 4 to 6 weeks, I think. Yeah, until 4 to 6 weeks you cannot use gripe water. So I would use the Malicon drops until the point we got to the 4 to 6 weeks, and then I started using this. Probably seems I know this video probably seems like it's all over the place, but literally, like, as I'm walking through the house doing stuff, I'm like, oh, that's a favorite. So one of our favorite types of blankets to use are these muslin blankets. I think I actually got these out of TJ Maxx. They are the Kyle and Dina muslin blankets, and I think it came in like a pack of 3. So I have these, and then my mom also found some out of Burke's, the clothing store, like the department store. She found the ones that look like this. These are great lightweight blankets. Usually you can use them for anything. You can swaddle your babies in these. You can use this as just a little light covering over them while they're taking a nap. If you have anybody coming to visit, which in a pandemic you probably don't, but you know how like some people might have on perfume, or like they don't want to get anything on the baby's face to break them out, you just kind of put this over and you can just lay the baby on it. You can use it as a burp cloth if you want. But these are great blankets. I definitely highly recommend these. These are something that we use almost every day from the time he got here to all the way to now, and he's 3 months old right now. Speaking of swaddling, y'all, my only girl, she did not swaddle. When Jayla was born, she had jaundice really bad, and she had to be, I'm not gonna say really bad because she didn't have to stay in the hospital, but she did have to get one of the UV lights here at home, and she had to stay on that light for like a week. So when my baby girl was born, I had her at 4:16 in the afternoon. I didn't get to hold her until like 9 o'clock that night because she had a couple breathing issues, kind of the same with Caleb. And then she had jaundice, which caused her to have to be on that light 24/7. The only time I took her off of the light was to feed her and to change her diaper. Other than that, she was on that light, and she was on the light in a position where her arms had to be out like this for like a week until her bilirubin levels went down. So my baby girl was not a swaddler. She did not want to be swaddled. She had gotten used to having her arms out like this rather than up close to her face or close to her chest or on her sides. She was just like, nah fam, I'm not doing this. But Caleb, I thought he wasn't gonna like swaddles, because he didn't. He did not like the swaddles that held him in like this. And honestly, I don't want to be held in like that when I'm sleeping either. Before I even had him, I knew that I wanted to get a couple different types of swaddles because I knew that he wouldn't like the first one that I put him in. So one of the swaddles that I bought was the Love to Dream swaddle. These swaddles basically mimic how they are in the womb, which is with their hands next to their face. And that is how my baby boy loves to sleep. And I wish I would have had these for Jayla because she probably would have enjoyed these as much as he does. He knows that when he's in this sack, it's time to go to bed. This swaddle, y'all, I recommend this swaddle. If your baby isn't sleeping well and you want to swaddle your baby and you are noticing that the swaddles that hold them down like this is not working for you, please switch. Please switch and switch to this. It's the it's the Love to Dream swaddle. These are amazing. I also have the one that will transition where I can take these parts off and it will just be this part right here that's tight around him. I bought him the one that has the weighted owl in the middle, and Target sent me the wrong size. I ordered one size and it sent me something that was way too big for him. So I didn't get to use them yet. And honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna even use that type of swaddle on him. I may not have to, but if I do, I have it. But these Love to Dream, I keep wanting to call it Happiest Babies because I bought the Happiest Baby swaddle as well. But he didn't like it, and he would take his arms and go up like this. Strong little man, he's so strong. He would take his arms and he would go like this, and it freaked me out because it would kind of go up to here, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna choke himself. We're gonna go with these I recommend. Go for it. So another must-have, y'all, are these tongue cleaners for your baby, and these are going to be essential, especially when they are like fresh and their mouths are so small that you can't get your finger in with a washcloth. So when Caleb first came home, I was like, oh, we gotta start washing his tongue. It was something that I had forgotten about because I hadn't had a baby in like 7 years, so it was like, oh yeah, we do have to do that, don't we? I would try to get a washcloth in his mouth with my fingers. It wouldn't work. He would bite down. His mouth was too small. So I was like, something has to give because I really do not want my baby to develop thrush. I don't want him to get that yeast infection in his mouth. Now, I know that a lot of that can also come from not sterilizing bottles, not sterilizing pacifiers, but I did not want that milk to build on his tongue and then turn into an infection. So I went to Amazon, you know, it's my fave. I went to Amazon and I was like, what can I use to clean his tongue? So I searched baby tongue cleaners, and these popped up, and y'all, these are amazing. Okay, basically what they are these baby oral cleaners, and they come in little packets like this, and they're little tongue cleaners. I don't know how I missed this for so long. I don't even know if they had these when Jayla was a baby, but these are amazing. They come in a pack. I'm not going to open this one because I don't want to waste one. Basically what you do is you wet the tip with warm water, and you could just stick it in their mouth and just clean their little tongues and throw it away and use another one the next day. I recommend these. Like, if I have to recommend anything, like highly recommend in this video, these tongue cleaners, wrong side, these tongue cleaners and that baby towel. Those two, yeah. These next two things that I'm going to show you guys are not technically essentials, but they're helpful. So the first thing is the Hatch Baby sound machine. This is a night light as well as a sound machine. Now personally, I don't think the light is light enough for me at night. I don't know if it's because I'm pretty much blind. The light for me honestly is a little bit too dim, but the sound is absolutely amazing. When I put him in the room, if I do let him nap in my room or wherever he's gonna nap, if it's in a bedroom, if I let him nap in there, I turn this on, and there's an app. Hatch actually comes with an app. If you look here, this is my phone. I have baby stuff here. There's the Hatch app, and you can just open it like that, and it will basically come up. It's not plugged in right now, so it's not going to show anything, but it'll basically have your Hatch sound on there, your Hatch Baby sound machine on there, and you can control the light. You can control how bright you want the light to be. You can control how loud you want the sound machine to be. And the sound machine is so good that if I have it on in my room on about 50%, I can't hear anything happening outside of that bedroom at all. Like, it's complete just noise from the sound machine, and that's it. And I really love that about this sound machine. It is probably the best sound machine I've ever used. Like I said, for me personally, the light is not bright enough. It is nice to have during the night though, just to have a little bit of illumination, but it's not a super bright light, which is probably better for a baby because you don't want a bright light at night so they can sleep more. But we use this for the sound. I recommend this so much. I'm starting to use it more for myself because I usually sleep with a fan running. Even if it's 30 degrees outside, I have on the fan, and Marcus hates that. So I'm trying to get used to using this rather than the fan because he can get sick easily. So the other thing that is not an essential, but it definitely is something that is helpful and something that if you really want to get it, I say go for it because it is very cool and it is a really great tool to use, is the owlet. So this was actually a gift from my best friend Marissa and her husband, and I'm gonna tag their channels down below. And these were a gift from them, and I absolutely enjoy it. I love the owlet because you can see the heart rate of your baby at night while they're sleeping. You can see the oxygen level of your baby, and you can also keep track of how well they slept the night before. It'll tell you if they had great quality sleep, good quality, poor quality, how long did it take them to fall asleep. It's actually like one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen. It's not something that you have to have. It's cool, but it's a really great, oh, it's so awesome, y'all. I love this thing. So I would recommend it for a newborn. Okay guys, so I think that is all for this 0 to 3 month essentials video. This is another essential because homeboy has to take a nap because mommy has stuff to do. And you can also see what another essential is: baby bum. But so I am gonna end this video. We have a lot of things that are happening with our channel, some things that we're gonna talk about soon, some changes. We may be doing vlogmas. So if you want to keep up with us and you want to see all these wonderful changes and keep up with everything that we have going on, please subscribe, like this video, turn on your notification bell, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.